സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം. സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം.
Hello, good morning. Namaskaram. Yeah. Audio is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Right, we will start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritav Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Parthaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gradhitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Namostu te vyasa vishala buddhe Pullarvindayata patranetra Yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha Prajwalido jnanamaya pradipaha Prapanna parijataya totra vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya krishnaya Gita mrtaduhe namaha Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandanaha Partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham Gitamrtam mahad Vasudevasutam devam kamsachanuramardanam Devaki paramanandam Krishnam vande jagadgurum. Bhishmadronatata jayadratha gandhara nilopala Shalyagrahapati kripena vahani karnena velakula Ashwathama vikarnaghora magara duryodhana vartini Sotirna khalu pandavai rananadi Kaivartagah Keshavah Parasharyavachas sarojamamalam Gidarthagandhotkadam Danakhyanaka kesaram dharikadha sambodhana bodhidam Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda Bhuyad bharata pangajam kalimala pradham sinasreyase Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yatkrpatamaham vande paramananda madhavam Yam brahma varunendra rudra marutastunvanti divyaistavaihi Vedais sangapadakramopaniषदैर् gayanti yam samagaha Dhyanavasthita tadgatena manasa Pashyanti yam yogino Yasyandam na vidussurasuraganah Devaya tasmai namaha. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam. We have completed up to verse number 5. Verse number 5 is Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Pashya me partha rupani Shatashodha sahasrashaha Nana vidhani divyani Nana varna kritini cha. Say Partha, hey Partha, there are Nana varna akritini, then Nana vidhani, me divyani rupani satashaha atha sahasrashaha. Arjuna Pashya. There are hundreds and thousands. There are hundreds and thousands of Brahmandam okay, which is under perfect control, which is under perfect rhythm, right? So this is the Vishwam. All of these objects have guna combinations internally and externally. Okay, internally. That is, all of this have gunas. That is nana vidhani, nana varna kritini, various in various colors and shapes. Okay, all of this you see. Pashya. Arjuna, you see this. Then Bhagavan continues from the sixth verse. Today we'll start from the sixth verse. Pasyadityan vasun rudran ashvinau marutastadha bahunyadrishtapurvani pasyascharyaani bharata. Bharata, hey Arjuna, vasun, Adityan, hey Arjuna, Adityan, that is many sons of Aditi. That is, we saw 12 sons of Aditi. We discussed earlier, in the 10th chapter. We discussed 12 Adityas, the sons of Aditi. Then Vasun, Ashta Vasus, right? 8 Vasus. Then Rudran. Then 11 Rudras, many Rudraha. Then Ashvinau. Then Ashwini Devaha, 2 Ashwini Devaha. Then Marudaha, they are the friends of Devaha. There are 49 Maruts, that also we discussed. Pashya, you see. Tatha, similarly, Adrishtapurvani Bahuni, those you have not seen so far. Adrishtapurvani, there are many. Adrishtapurvani Bahuni, Bahuni means plenty, many of Ascharyani. There are wonderful species, wonderful things, okay, and their movements, you see. Pashya, you see. See, we have to refresh chapter number 10, where there is a clear explanation of what is Marut, what is this Devas, how many Devas, all that we have discussed in detail, right? So, there are 8 Vasus, okay, 12 sons of Aditi, that is 12 plus 8, 20, 11 Rudras. So 20 plus 11, 32, 31, and 2 Ashwini Devaha. These are 2 Ashwini Devas. They are the physicians, okay, Ashwini Devaha, they are the physicians of the Devalokam. So 31 plus 2, 33. So they are the 33 Devas, okay, 33 Devas and 49 Maruts. All that, Pashya, you will see all of this. So see, many of us, many will have the doubt whether do they exist, whether they are there or not, etc. So this Vishwarupa Darshanam will remove all those doubts. It will clear all the doubts in everyone's mind whether they exist or not. Okay. So this is the Vishwarupa Darshanam. Vishwarupa Darshanam is seeing the universe, the whole universe in my body. That is what Bhagavan said. You will see the universe, which includes 33 Devas, this Maruts and Rudras, etc. You will see in me. Bahuni. Then Adrishta Purvani. There are many things which you have not seen. Adrishtam. Drishtam means seen. Adrishta Purvani means which you have never seen. Those things you will see in this universe. You will see that also. Okay, you understand that? This you will really see. So this is not a story. This is not a poetry. This is in real, Arjuna. You will see because of my power, my yogic power. You will see everything here. Then Bhagavan continues. Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pasyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyad drashtumichhasi. Ihaikastam jagat kritsnam. This whole universe. Kritsnam jagat. This whole universe, the complete universe. Anyat yatcha. Anything, any other things also. Anything this other than this universe. Okay. Any other things also. Anyat yatcha. Anything, other things also. Drashtum ichhasi. If you want to see. If you want to see anything. Okay. All of that. Everything. Iha mama dehe. Here, iha, now and here, in my body, you are going to see. Adya, mean now, you will see. Ekastham pashya. See all of that. They arise, they appear, and they dissolve. They disappear. See all of that you want to see. They will appear and disappear in my body. So what Bhagavan says is that Ihaikastham. See here, Ikaikastham Jagat Kritsnam. This whole universe. Ekastham. Very, very important term here. Ekastham. At one place. You will see this in one place in this body. Actually, in this body here, it means what Bhagavan says is that this whole universe is only a part of me. You remember, Bhagavan said earlier that this whole universe, let there be hundreds and thousands of Brahmandas here, everything is only it is there as just a one part of me. So like that, in my body, you will see as one part only, this whole universe. Ekastham, at one place in my body, they will appear and disappear. You see that, Arjuna. You will see that. See, we have to think here. The appearance and disappearance. Okay? Now, please listen carefully. The appearance of a body and the disappearance of a body, there is a gap, right? We see a gap between the appearance. That means the birth and death. Okay? So between this birth and death, we see a gap between this. And this gap between the appearance and disappearance is felt because of the space and time. The gap that we see between the appearance and disappearance is based on the space. Is it not? The space. What do you mean by that? It means that it is because of the location of earth with respect to sun. The location of earth with respect to sun, when we look, there is a time between the appearance and disappearance. Okay, are you following me? Between the birth and the death, the time frame, it is because of the location of the earth with respect to the sun. Now, where is this happening? This is happening in space. In space. And as per the modern science, it says that the space is expanding. The space is expanding. What does that mean? It means that the space that you see here, it is not a shunyam. It is not something which is stationary. It is not something which is achalam. With that also is moving. It is expanding. Expanding. Means like it means that suppose there are 2 points in the space. The distance between these 2 points is not the same the next moment. Or tomorrow it varies. It is called, if you want to Google, you can Google time dilation. Time dilation, you can see space expanding, etc. It's very clear. Science has proved it. So what does that mean? It means that If there is a change in space, automatically the time also will change. Every day 38.6 microseconds is getting dilated, mean increased by 38.6 microseconds every day. Even the location, even our location is changing. That is why the GPS, the satellites are there, which locates our position every now and then. It is updating. Otherwise, the location that is shown in the GPS will be different tomorrow. But they are updating. That is the reason why we are located in the GPS in the same point. Even the time, the clock is adjusted by 38.6 microseconds every day. What does this indicate? It indicates that the space is expanding. That means the time that we think as 24 hours, 1 year, 100 years for human life, etc., is all relative only. Okay, so if the space is increasing, the time will increase. If the space is contracting, the time also will be reduced, right? So if now the time, if the space is expanding now, if the time space is moving now, that means the time space must have been at one point of time, right? So you can do some research on the science and it will come to singularity. It will come to singularity. That means the whole universe was in one point, right? The space time is one point, and when it merges completely, or when this one point appears into whom is this appearing? The appearance of this whole universe as one point, it appears in consciousness. It appears in Atma. It appears to our consciousness. The consciousness is what is behind all of this. So the consciousness is the eternal truth. It is beyond the space and time, right? The space and time where it emerges, the space and time, it emerges in consciousness. So the space time, it's called space and time. It's not space and time, it is space time, because they go together. The space and time, they go together, and this space time is appearing in the appearance and disappearance of the space and time, and inside the space and time, the bodies or the birth and death which appears and disappears. It is all the difference that we see. The gap between the birth and death is depending on the space time. Okay, and that which is beyond space and time, desha kalavadibhyam, okay, nirmuktam nityamuktam. So what it says is that this is the consciousness is beyond the space and time. Okay, and here Bhagavan says iha, here, now you will see at the same time appearance and disappearance. Ekastham pashya. You see here, what all things you will see? Kritsanam jagad. The whole universe will appear and disappear in my body now, right now. Iha. Mama dehe. Mama dehe means here, this my body. What is this body? Akasha Shariram Brahma. This space is my body. In that you will see all that come and go right now. Adya, here, now. Ekastam Pashya. See that arise and dissolve it one place. Ekastam Pashya. Okay. So this is what Bhagavan says. Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam. All that is moving and unmoving. Moving and unmoving means those humans, animals, plants and things like that. And the unmoving means the mountains, etc., which does not move. They are the one. Charam, animate, inanimate. Anyway you can take. Sentient, insentient, anything you can take. So these, all the whole universe, whatever that is appearing to you, whatever is known to you, or yet anyat drashtum ichchasi. Anything you want to see. Right? Very important point here. Anything drashtum ichchasi. If at all you want to see something, that also will be seen here. Understand? Okay? Think about it. Anything that you want to see, you will see in me. Okay? So any devas, any shakti, or any devata, or any new thing that you want to see, if you have got any sankalpa for that, if you have that desire to have it, the prana will move, and in the prana shakti, it will produce that, and that also you will see in me. Me means here consciousness. In my consciousness, all of this will appear as this body. Okay, the whole universe, the whole Brahmandam, and the Devas, the Maruts, and Sat Charam Acharam. Pashya, you see, Adya Sacharacharam. All that moving, non-moving, and if at all you want to see something, right, you have any desire to see something, everything you can see me here, right now, appear, and it will disappear. Okay, mama dehe pashya. So here, but here is Arjuna is not ready to experience this all by himself. Arjuna is not capable of seeing everything all by himself. So he needs the blessing. He needs the blessing of the Guru. His Guru is Yogeshwara Krishna. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan, he helps him. Helps him means he blesses him to see everything. Okay, he is a Yogeshwara, and he has got that siddhi. He can if when the Shishya is ready to see, like Arjuna is ready to see this Vishwarupam of this Bhagavan, and Bhagavan gives him the Divya Chakshu. He is going to give him the divine vision. Okay, in the next verse. So this Vishwarupam, Arjuna will be able to see with the Divya Drishti. Arjuna is going to get from Bhagavan, and Bhagavan will really show him the Vishwarupam. Okay, we'll move to the 8th verse. Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. Anena pashyame yogamaishwaram. This is already earlier also in the 9th chapter, 5th verse also Bhagavan says pashyame yogamaishwaram. Yogamaishwaram. There Pashya means know. Okay, you know. Here Pashya means you see. Here it is see, the meaning. There it is you know it. You know it. I am not going to that verse now. You can refresh yourself. 9th chapter, 5th verse. Okay. Anena swachakshusha tu. With this, with your own eyes, anena swachakshusha, chakshusha tu, your own eyes, mam drashtum na shakyase. You won't be able to see me, this Vishwarupam, with your eyes, normal eyes. With the normal eyes, you can see only certain things. You cannot see the whole universe, right? I can see till the next building, something like that. There, Arjuna, you won't be able to see with this normal eyes. You won't be able to see my Vishwarupam. Te divyam chakshuhu dadami. I will give you that divine eye. I will give you that divine vision. Divine vision I will give you. Me Aishwaram Yogam Pashya. You see my Ishwara Vishwarupam. Okay. you see my Vishwarupam, that my real body, my universe, this universe, the whole universe, you will see me. Okay. See, earlier Bhagavan talked about all the various vibhutis he explained, right? Many vibhutis he explained, Divyam vibhutis, and all that when Arjuna heard about, and also he said that it is only one part of me, all the vibhutis put together is only a part of me. Then when Arjuna heard all this, Arjuna really wanted to see that in person. He wanted to see that. He had that urge to see everything, and he knows that Bhagavan Krishna has the capacity. He is the Yogeshwara. He is such a guru, and he will be able to show me that. He had that, and also he requested him, if you think that I am capable, if you think that I am worthy of seeing this, you please show me. And Krishna has the blessing, and Krishna blesses him and says that I will give you, Bhagavan says, I will give you that chakshuhu, that divyam chakshuhu I will give you, so that you will be able to see the whole universe in me. Okay. Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. What is this divyam chakshuhu? What is it divya drishti? See, we have to know that the everything in this universe is prana alone, right? Everything is prana alone. So here seeing the whole universe along with all the objects as one energy. Okay, this is the prana sakshatkaram. Okay, we will explain this in the coming verses. So Bhagavan says that I will give you divya chakshuhu, I will give you that divine vision, so that you will be able to see this Vishwarupam. That is, Vishwarupam is prana sakshatkaram. We will explain this in detail. Actually, Krishna has shown this to his mother Yashoda when he was small. He has shown this once he was eating this earth. He was eating this, and Yashoda told him to open his mouth, and Krishna, when he opened his mouth, he showed Yashoda the whole Vishwarupam once. So, and also in recent times, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Deva has shown the same thing to Vivekananda also. Swami Vivekananda, when he was young Narendra, he did with his yogic power, he touched Swami Vivekananda, and for 1 or 2 days, Narendra could see everything as Chaitanyam, everything as one body. Swami Vivekananda has seen this Vishwarupam also. So Bhagavan continues, 9th verse. Here, Sri Sanjaya Uvacha. So Bhagavan said that I will show you my Vishwarupam. Then we should not forget that this is a conversation between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. The Dhritarashtra starts, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, he started, and then Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya is explaining this. Now at this point, Sri Sanjaya Uvacha. Hey, Rajan, Eva Muktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Hey Rajan, O Dhritarashtra, King Dhritarashtra, Maharaja, Mahayogeshwaraha Harihi. This Krishna, Harihi, who is Yogeshwara, who has the yogic power to show the Utpatti or the Srishti and the Layam or the destruction. One who is capable of showing the yogic with his yogic power, who can show the Srishti and Pralayam. Eva Muktva. After saying this, after speaking all that, whatever we discussed so far, I will give you Divya Chakshuhu, so that you will be able to see Devas, you will be able to see Maruts, all that, Vasun, Rudraha, everything I will show you. After saying this, after saying all this, eva muktva, after speaking all this, tataha, he gave divya drishti. He gave, after giving divya drishti to Arjuna, Parthaya, after giving divya drishti to Arjuna, Paramam Aishwaram Rupam, that divine ultimate form of Ishvara, that whole his body, or he showed what is his body, this whole universe he is showing. Paramam Aishwaram Rupam, that divine Rupam of God, where the whole universe is interlinked, that is connected, this whole universe as one. He is showing Darshayamasa, showed. Sri Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Muktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. O Rajan, O Dhritarashtra Maharaja, hey Krishna, he showed after saying this, and he gave Divya Drishti to Arjuna, and he showed his Paramam, ultimate Ishvara Rupam, Vishwarupam Darshayamasa. See, normally, it appears to us that the objects, individual objects are functioning on its own. It appears like that. Each individual, like suppose you take human beings, the animals, the plants, and the various species that we see here, everything is independently functioning. It is how it appears, especially humans. Humans think that each individual is capable of handling themselves. They think that I am free, I can handle my life, I can handle this, I am capable of doing this. But in reality, even the 5 big elements, like the space or the waters, the fire, the air, the earth, the big 5 elements, even they are only bubbles in the ocean of this universe. The Brahmandam, they are just bubbles only. And we know that all of this, even the 5 big elements cannot individually stay. There is no individual existence for this. Each one is dependent on the other, right? Each one depends on the other. There is no space without the objects, and no object can stay without space. Air cannot stay without space, and there is no space without having air in it, without having fire in it, without waters in it, without earth in it. So everything is interconnected, everything is interlinked. In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a Taittiriya Upanishad Samhitopasana, it says that Athadhi Lokam. Now I will tell you about this Lokam. You think about it. That is what Taittiriya Upanishad says. Prithivi Purva Rupam. Prithivi is the Purva Rupam. Dhyaruttara Rupam. The space, outer space. Outer space is the Uttara Rupam. See, this is a Sandhi, Purva and Sandhi. This is like 2 words when they join together. One is before, one is after, and they get connected together. Similarly here, Prithivi Purva Rupam. How 2 words are joined? Similarly, the earth is one part of this word. The outer space, Dhyaruttara Rupam. Then Akasha Sandhihi. The space connect this outer space and the earth. Right? And Vayu Sandhanam, the air connects these 2. So this is one example of Adhilokam. So if you connect this to all the 5 big elements, we can see very clearly that there is no space without the objects of it. So the earth, the planets, there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of stars, right? So there are many planets, everything is there. Without that, we cannot imagine a space, or the space contains all of this. Or without these objects, the space have no existence. or in other words, these objects have no existence without space. Even they are interdependent. One depends on the other, right? Even the panchikaranam, the grossification process is, if you take, there is no pure space available. The space that we have is 50% is space, the rest 50% is 12.5 vayu, air, 12.5% fire, 12.5% waters, 12.5% earth. So this is the space that we have available to transaction. Similarly, if you take water, it is 50% pure water, 12.5% space, 12.5% fire, 12.5% air, and 12.5% earth. So like that, each one is 50% original, the pure, and the other 50% has got all the other four elements. So like that, what we have, the space, air, water, fire, and earth. So that means that there is no individual existence even for the five big elements. They are just bubbles. No jada here, no names and forms can stay individually here. Each one depends on the other. If this is the case of even the five big elements, and in this whole Brahmandam, in this whole universe, if you take our earth, it can be the sharpest needle. If you put a small dot, it can be the earth. And in that, there are so many species, and in that, human beings are just what, I don't know. We human beings, individually we think, I can do this, I can do that, and this nature of this ahankara, the ego is so strong in our human beings. This is the durabhimanam of our human beings. And because of this durabhimanam itself, this wrong identification, this wrong ahankara, because of this ahankara only, we have all the problems of this world. All the problem that we have, all the suffering that we have, it is all because of this. What is that? I can handle myself. Whereas even the five big elements cannot stay or exist individually. How the human beings have this durabhimanam? How the human beings can be free? As a collectively also we are not free. Individually also we are not free. Right? Individually also we are not free. We have to depend on everything else here. We have to depend for being born here. Each individual depends on their father, their mother, the air, the water, like that. Right? In every life, even for in the old age also we need others' help. Even for dying we need others' help. So when the individual human being cannot have a freedom in this life, how do we think? How this ahankaram, this durabhimanam is setting in us? We have to think. So that is what the Rupam Aishwaryam, what Bhagavan is going to say as Vishwarupam is this, that you see Arjuna, the whole universe, you see how they are interlinked. One depends on the other. One cannot have individual existence. Each one depends on the other. This is what we have to see. Paramam Rupam Aishwaryam, right? So this collectively, all put together in one body, that is the Vishwarupam that is Bhagavan going to show. If at all you are thinking, it is prana alone. Everything is just prana. See, if you take the space, right? Already we discussed 99.9999% is space in this whole universe, and matter is only point, or the volume of all the solid matters, if you put together, it is only 0.0001%. Okay, if that is the case, suppose you take any atom. See, we know that all the bodies here, all the five big elements, our body, everything is made of atoms only. The science has proved that any atom you take, we know what atom contains. It has got a nucleus and electrons, protons, neutrons, and electrons. So this protons, neutrons, and electrons, the protons and neutrons are at the center in the nucleus, and the electrons are revolving around it. if you take the volume of the protons, neutrons and electrons, it is only 0.0001%. Okay, 99.9999% of every atom is space. That means the whole body, if you take the individual body or the Eiffel Towers or the Burj Khalifa, you take everything is, if you remove the space from that, it will be only 0.00001%. So indirectly, the whole universe is just space. It is just space only, right? So this space is full of energy. This space is full of energy. Some energy is in the form of matter as solid, and all other energy is spread all over the space. So what we have here is, what we can observe here is only prana, energy only, which starts in the form of a sound, and then when it vibrates more, the space becomes air, and it vibrates little more, it becomes fire, it vibrates more, it becomes water, and still more vibration, it causes to solidify as this earth. But ultimately, everything is space alone, and all the energy that we have has come from the sound only. So when you start realizing this point, right, there is no individual body here. All the body that you see here as humans, animals, plants, and even the 5 big elements, everything is one prana alone. This is the Divya Drishti that Arjuna is getting. This is the Divya Drishti. Many jnanis here, many jnanis before, they have seen this as everything is prana. Okay, and I think that is the Kundalini, prana prasaram, etc. What they see is this only. The seeing the whole universe as one body, the whole universe as one prana. Okay, this is the Divya Drishti that Bhagavan is going to show Arjuna. So let us once we start seeing this, the earlier discussed durabhimanam of the individual, the ahankara of the human being, will slowly, the ego starts dissolving, and we start seeing oneness here. Okay, right. So we'll move to the next verse. Sanjaya starts explaining in detail the Vishwarupam. We'll move to the 10th verse. 9th verse we said, Sansri Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Muktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupamaishwaram. Bhagavan continues, Sanjaya continues. Aneka Vaktranayam Anekadbhuta Darshanam Aneka Divyabharanam Divyanekadyatayudham. Aneka Vaktranayam Anekadbhuta Darshanam Aneka Divyabharanam Divyanekodyatayudham. Divyanekodyatayudham. Yes. Aneka Vaktranayam. The Vishwarupam Bhagavan showing has many eyes and faces. Aneka Vaktranayam. If you remember Purusha Suktam, Sahasrashirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. Right? Thousands of eyes. Sahasrashirsha, thousands of heads. Here it is Vaktram. Vaktram. Thousands of Vaktram means you can have face or you can take as a mouth. Thousands of face, thousands of mouths and thousands of eyes. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam. Many wonderful scenes, wonderful visions, wonderful scenarios. Right? Just open, if you watch TV, Discovery Channel or any Animal Planet, you can see the species that we cannot even imagine in our day to day. You can see that. When we see that, it is really Adbhutam it is. Right? How so many species that is unknown to us, still unexplored areas are there on this small earth. Right? So, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divyabharanam, many divine ornaments. Okay, ornaments. Aneka divyabharanam. What are these ornaments? You see, you take the photographs of this universe. You look at this cosmic, the light that is there, the cosmic pictures that you can see. See the whole universe you can imagine. You see the stars. You see that whatever in the space, that whatever you can imagine the universe. That is the Adbhuta Darshanam, and they are the Abharanam, they are the ornaments of this my body. That is what Bhagavan says. These are the ornaments of my body. Aneka Divya Bharanam, Divya Nekodhyatha Yudham, raising his hands with many divine weapons, raising hands with holding and raising high many divine weapons in hands. So this is the he starts Sanjaya starts what the Vishwarupam, what Bhagavan showed to Arjuna. That is the whole universe as Divya, wearing. Next line it will come. Here this Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, thousands and thousands of faces, thousands and thousands of eyes, then thousands and thousands of wonderful darshanam, wonderful visions, scenes, sceneries, scenarios. Aneka Divya Abharanam, right? Many Abharana means ornaments. You see you look at our own earth only. You see the rivers. You see they are all abharanam only, right? The mountains, right? It's a beautiful abharanam. They are all abharanam of Bhagavan's body. Divya aneka udyata yudham, raising high, many divine weapons in hands. Shanga, chakra, gada, anything you take, anything you can think of, any god or any ayudham that you can take. People, whatever the ayudham people use for their day-to-day routines also you can take. All the ayudhams, all the weapons that everyone uses for their normal work, anything you can imagine, everything is Bhagavan's ayudham only. Aneka divya ayudham. Then continues. Divyamalambaradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam, Sarvascharyamayam Devam, Anandam Vishwato Mukham. Wearing, Bhagavan is wearing divine garlands, right? Divya Mala Ambaram. Ambaram means clothing. So, Divya Malya Ambaradharam, wearing various kinds of garlands and clothes. Then Divya Gandhanulepanam, wearing perfumes, okay, costumes, various kinds of perfumes, all wonderful. Sarva Ascharyamayam Devam, all wonderful, and Anandam, infinite, with the faces on all sides. Vishwato Mukham. Vishwato Mukham means the faces are everywhere. So right side, left side, upper, niche, everywhere the faces are. Bhagavan's faces are there all over. See, when you look at the space, right? When you look at the space, where is this east, west, and all that? It just disappears, right? Where is east? Where is west? Where is north? Where is south? We cannot think of this. All these directions just vanishes away, right? So because Bhagavan's Mukham is everywhere, that is the vision. God is there everywhere, and it has got faces all over the place, right? Right, left, upper, niche, everywhere, on the top, down, everywhere it is Bhagavan's Mukhams only. So the Bhagavan's faces everywhere, that is why Vishwato Mukham. So imagine the universe as the Bhagavan's body with all that ornaments, all that clothings, all that ayudhams, weapons, and the garlands, anything that you can imagine. That is why he said Sarva Ascharyamayam. Anyone can imagine the way they can imagine as Ascharyam, and everything is divine and everything is Anandam, infinite. That is why earlier Bhagavan said, no, anything that you want to see, yat cha anyat drashtumichasi. If you want to see anything, whatever you have desires in you, what sorts of, the way you want to imagine me as any kind of body, you will see that in me. So here, that is why infinite, anything you imagine, the way you can imagine as Bhagavan's body, you imagine. Okay? With this we will stop today. We will continue in next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु।
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.